At the start of this year, I decided to go all in as a musician because I really believed that hard work equals epic results, but that's actually just not true. When I inevitably burned out, I learned the hard lesson that hard work doesn't always lead to results, but smart work does. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down 4 of the things that I've been doing differently that have helped me to grow more as a musician while doing less. Okay, so the first thing is that I've been focusing on strategy rather than output. At the start of this year, I was like, I'm just gonna go so hard on this YouTube channel because I understand the value of building a YouTube channel when it comes to growing an online brand and an online business, right? So I'm like, okay, this channel is really valuable and I need to reach bigger numbers, more views, more subscribers. But I didn't think about the strategy of the channel itself. I didn't think to maybe understand the YouTube algorithm a little bit more and maybe spend more time learning the algorithm and learning what actually works with what I'm trying to achieve. And so I just went in blindly thinking that output was the secret. I'm gonna make 2 really high quality videos every single week and that's what's going to blow up my channel. But guess what? It didn't work because yeah, I was doing all this hard work. I was putting so much time and energy into editing these videos for this channel, but it wasn't based on a strategy that actually works. And so if you look back through my channel, you will see all kinds of random videos for random target viewers. And this was just confusing the algorithm. What I did was I stepped back and I actually kind of tried to figure out my strategy. I started to work through it like, okay, what is my channel actually about? Who is it actually for? And now I'm coming back into this with a much better strategic intent. At a certain point, if you're grinding so hard at something and you're just not getting the results, you have to look at your strategy, right? Because you could just keep throwing hours and time and attention and all of your efforts at the wall, but if it's not based on a strategy, you're going to be wasting your time and you're going to get frustrated, right? This is the cycle I've been in for years. You got to think about what's the work that I actually need to be doing. Because you could spend all your time and energy over here doing X, Y, and Z, throwing all of your time and effort at the wall, working so hard. Meanwhile, the person that's doing half as much effort as you, but is focusing on the right things, that person is going to get way more results, right? Because it's a strategic way of doing things, okay? So definitely focus on strategy rather than output. Okay, the second thing that I've been doing is, of course, to slow down. Now, this is a point that you probably expected in a video like this. Of course, slowing down is super important, right? Having more balance in your life, that's all good, but that's actually not my point here. My main point here is actually slowing down with the work and the practice that I've actually been doing, right? Taking my time with it. I have this tendency to want to achieve a lot of things, right? For example, right now, I set a 2-hour time block and naturally my brain was like, okay, 2 hours, I've got to film this video and I've got to sit down and start editing it. Then I've got to do this and do that. But what I've been doing instead is I've been slowing down and actually saying, you know what? I'm just going to do this one thing. For this 2-hour time block, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to film this video. It's just one thing, but I'm going to take my time with it. I'm going to enjoy the process and I'm going to make sure that it's really good. Okay. So what this is doing for me is it's allowing me to cultivate more presence with the work that I've been doing, right? It's allowing me to focus more. It's allowing me to go deeper with it. It's allowing me to get into this kind of flow state with it rather than trying to hurry through all this work and it's all shallow work. And then I convince myself that I've been working hard. So instead, I'm trying to go deeper with my work. I'm trying to get into that focused flow state where the magic is, and I'm trying to improve the quality of my work. Naturally, if you're more present and more focused with the work that is in front of you, whether you're practicing your instrument or whether you are producing music or whether you're building a business or making content, it's going to be of a much higher quality. The third thing that I've been doing is that I've been engaging in work that is more natural and easier to me. Work that I found I was already doing anyway. Let me explain. Let me give you an example from my own life. Last year, I started making piano tutorial videos, kind of by accident, because I made a piano cover of a King Cruel song on this channel, and I had all of these comments saying, yo, can you make a tutorial on this? So I made another channel and I threw out this tutorial, and it turned out that people loved those tutorials and they were really helpful. Oh, cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna make some more tutorials. And these videos actually started to succeed. And I wasn't really working hard. I was just, you know, learning music. Like, it's what I do anyway on the piano. I like to learn tunes. So I was getting ear training in as a musician. I was learning these new tunes, and then I was just sitting there in front of the camera talking about them. And these videos were valuable to people. They were solving problems for people. It was work that was so natural and easy for me, and I was using that work to grow my business, and it didn't actually feel like work at all. You need to think like, okay, is there work that I can do that I'm already doing, that I'm already good at? Like, for example, if you love practicing your instrument, what if you just turned on the camera and shared what you're practicing? It's like what you're doing anyway, but now you're filming it and you're showing other people how to do it. It's like, it's only an extra little 5 or 10% work, and it's maybe really high leverage. It's gonna help a lot of people. It's gonna solve a lot of problems. And then the fourth and final idea, and honestly, I think this is probably the most powerful idea, is that I've been embracing my imperfections more. I've just tried to be more myself. This mainly applies to filming content, right? With filming content, you set up your camera. Like right now, I'm talking to the phone, and it's so strange for me because you're sitting there listening to me, so technically I'm talking to you, but right now in this moment I'm talking to my phone. And so it's actually been one of the biggest challenges for me, is kind of getting into this natural presentation style where it feels like I'm just talking to my mates. I'm a perfectionist, right? As soon as I make a mistake in my speech, I break it off, and then I go back to the start, and then I retake. I find myself kind of filtering myself, and the more I do this, the more of a perfectionist I am, the more I lose this natural flow. I kind of rob myself of my own natural expression. When you just embrace who you are, you just embrace imperfections, I can just turn on record once and I can allow myself to be myself, be natural, and I don't have to retake it, and I can just ship that and be okay with that. So you have to think in your work or in your music or whatever you're doing, if you're being a perfectionist, try to just embrace your natural flow, just who you are. Embrace your imperfections, embrace the imperfections of the work, and focus on completing the work rather than making it perfect. Okay, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you got some value from this, and that's it. Good luck, have fun, vibe and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.